Welcome to part 2 of this series. This podcast is about the addiction people have to series that they read, and how it kind of warps their reality a bit. We all know that Star Wars, Harry Potter, Twilight, etc. are pieces of popular culture that are created and transmitted to the masses. However, there are fans that possess a kind of love for their series that functions as a religion. These kind of fans want to live in the world that was created in the series more than they want to live in the world they actually live in. The way in which this is demonstrated is through the purchases of merchandise and through the different group gatherings that they're involved with. These fans want to change the reality they live in and mold it into a reality that exists in the books that they love. And they can achieve this by purchasing items that exist in the book and getting together with people that share the same addiction to the series. People have had themed parties and weddings, they've had conventions, small gatherings, book clubs, etc., all to stay connected to the series and to each other. That's why fan groups are also created online. It's another form of community dedicated to these series, where fans can reach out to one another from all over the world. Once again, this demonstrates that whole social cohesion function of religion. The reason for all of this is because these stories and these characters bring meaning to people's life. I mean, I knew a girl who was going through a tough time once, and she told me that Dumbledore was helping her get through it, somehow. So you see, that's just one example of a fan using a series to adjust her reality. So all of these people, they definitely make up a following, and while they may not be a following of a traditional religion, such as Catholicism, Hinduism, Buddhism, etc., they are a following of Star Wars and Harry Potter and Twilight, etc. And being involved in a community with the same beliefs about the characters and the stories is no different than, let's say, a group of Christians with the same beliefs about the Bible stories and Jesus Christ. So the followings are also so overwhelmingly large, with so many dedicated individuals, that many products are commodified because the producers and consumers know that their products will be bought. You can see, and I'm sure have already seen in some of the pictures I've been sliding, there is probably a Harry Potter, Star Wars, and Twilight themed product for whatever you need. If you want a Star Wars themed candle, you got it. If you want a Harry Potter Nike themed shoe, yeah, no problem. The main purpose of this podcast was to show the different pictures and demonstrate how these series have been commodified, and to argue that there's a reason for this commodification, and it's because there are large groups of people addicted to the series. So if some company puts out, let's say, a Star Wars themed popcorn maker, they know someone will buy it. And it is because of these followings and how these followings function as a religion that companies do this. So that's the end of part 2. Stay tuned for part 3, where I take you on a virtual tour of what some people call Belieber Fever, and how this group of people have found Justin Bieber to be their divine, sacred, and transcending being.